Good morning again, and welcome back to our attendees. And so we move on to our next topic, which will be presented by one of our DJP sales in charge, Mr. Porfirio Tadlip. So for the Neotel material handling systems. So Tads, please proceed.
Good morning, everyone. I am Mr. Porfirio Tadlip of DGK Philippines. You may call me Portads for short. And my topic for today is Smart Logistics Solution with SMD Box through Neotel technology. Now, short facts of Neotel technology. It was founded in 2003, and these are the most common big customer around the world who are using their products and technology. And they have locations in Shanghai for their R&D and NPI, and Suzhou for their production, and have office in Shenzhen for their global support. Their main business is for smart logistics solution and for selective soldering. They have this is their two big business, SMD Box for smart logistics solution and Enertech for soldering solutions. Their vision is to be the best, if not the number one, industrial intelligence provider. Now, the objectives of this presentation is to check the common customer challenges inside the SMT production and to check how these Neotel products can address and handle these challenges, and what are the benefits of having Neotel products in your production. Smart material flow. Neotel has several, or I can say have many products, mainly for storage storage solution, like from incoming up to storing, up to production using, and then material return, and then storing. Now I will be discussing about purely on SMD parts storing. The picture you can see, this is the actual production image of an SMT. From the incoming materials, receiving, going to the warehouse, and then after inspection, goes to the material storage and work material for production line. And then after that, going to feeder preparation before going to SMT production line. And then after production has been done, goes back to recounting of the remaining materials, and then back to the withdrawal section. So this can be mostly observed inside the production. This is the cycle of an SMT production. Some common customer challenges inside this SMT production cycle. Neotel would like to check how much time your operator spend in material receipt, placing into stock, pulling a kit and returning parts. How long does it take your operators to locate the correct component and load to your production line? How much time your line been down due to inventory inaccuracies? How much time has a wrong part been set up on your machine? How much spare or space, do you need for your SMT parts and kit storage? How much time have you lost in excess setup time? And lastly, how much time does it take your operator to find a part in WIP? These common customer challenges Neotel would like to address and solve. The build SMD box. SMD box is a storage box for SMD or SMT components. Why SMD box? Because this is the perfect combination of automation and information technology. This is innovative solution of automated material storage, and it is designed to minimize and mobilize, digitize your material stock. It also secure real-time inventory and increase productivity and accuracy. The whole system also is driven by their own system, Neo system, and it built to link between production and material flow. SISO means single input and single output. MEMO is a batch material processing. We call it multiple input, can do multiple output. While DCS is a multi SMD box equipment connected into a conveyor system to do the full automation, and it can be operator free. How this SMD box works. For SMD box SISO and MEMO, they only differ on loading because SISO is for single and MEMO is for multiple. But after you place the material in the loading area, the system can realize automatic material identity, automatic location searching and positioning, and of course, automatic storage. And how about DCS? As I mentioned in the previous slide, DCS is a discrete or distributed conveyor system or control system. Several SMD box is connected through the conveyor system, and it is aided with a material loading module and the empty module and the EMH module. Material loading module is aided by AGB so that end user can realize automatic material processing. While material transfer is controlled by PLC through a conveyor system. It is designed for material transfer and return from input going to storage and storage going to output. EMH is a robot It's a pick and place robot to do the automatic loading and unloading from the material transfer to the SMD box and vice versa. And it can be operated, the transfer can be operated manually or through the material loading module, which is EGB. Both of this machine has a powerful, user-friendly software for managing locations, kits, and machine setup. Only DCS can execute multi-work order and multitask, suitable for all kinds of complex, efficient, and high automation production scenario. Let me give you the individual specs of this machine. The highlighted red one is the difference between these three. So MIMO, CISO, and DCS, they differ in transport because DCS can do manual and auto and can load manual and auto also, aided by an AGB. While MIMO, it can do batch material processing, meaning you can load more than one, not like the CISO and DCS that it's a single input, a single output. They also differ also in capacity to handle parts. CISO can cater up to 1,000 types of rails. 1,000 items, while MIMO can cater up to 750 only. For DCS, depend on how many machine to integrate on that conveyor system. For example, it has 10 SMD box CISO, so it can cater up to 10,000 rails. Material type, they can do the same, rail and tray. And the process time for each rail to do the loading, the storing, is up to 8 to 12 seconds per rail. Now let me show you video of the loading operation of CISO and MIMO. Single loading. Multiple loading. That's the difference between CISO and MIMO. And now let me share also to you how the storage system works inside the SMD box. Batch material processing. Okay. Then I will show you also how DCS works. This is for DCS loading through a material transfer conveyor system picked up by an robot, pick and place robot, then goes to the SMD box, then stored. The simulation is only for manual loading. I don't have any videos for aided in an AGB. So next is for the retrieval. So request, transport, pick and place, robot, put to the material transfer, and give it to the requestor. If this conveyor is connected throughout to the production area, you can minimize or like reduce the travel time to request parts. Now, let's go back to the software. This is very important. Neotel has their own warehouse execution software, and it is compatible to communicate the most common communication system, which is ARP, or you are using SAM, WMS, or MES, or you have the log file application, API, share folder, or XML, or can be retrieved through CSV to enhance the inventory process. This system is built by Neotel for SMT production platform. With the WMS and WCS, which is the equals of warehouse execution system, you can have a total management and automation, meaning real inventory. How Neotel answer material handling challenges, as I mentioned earlier. One is for controlling and the accurate inventory. It reduces quantity of open packages, thus improve inventory accuracy. The software also manages compliance issue through the quantity update of components and lot traceability. And also it eliminates surprise shortages of components because of the real-time inventory. Also, it removal of production inefficiencies because the easy access for manage of stock to WIP process. That's real-time component quantity update. It also maximizes every cubic foot of available space. As I mentioned, it reduces travel of your operator to pick up and request component. It's improved also line setup and reload times, thus reduce setup times. Can imagine if you have SMD box in your line, it benefits three major areas. One, or the first, should be the stock room and kitting. As I mentioned, it reduces the travel time and reduces the space of your storage and kitting. Also, one person can do the storing for a short span of time. Then number two, can speed up the setup and operation as it is automatic location or locate parts in WIP, and it eliminates parts installed to your machine, eliminates wrong parts, faster retrieval access, and identify excess parts available among kits. And due to the component quantity real-time update, it can minimize, if not eliminate, the no production scenario due to no parts available. The number three area is the logistic and purchasing. With the WS provide a real-time inventory, this system will prompt buyers or purchasing to facilitate orders in advance to eliminate no production due to no parts available. With this technology, machine, and software, and in partnership with Panasim integration, you can have the advanced production planning and optimize material preparation to have the total material control system in your production. That's all of my presentation. And if you have any inquiries for your SMD parts storage problem, DGK in partnership with Neotel Technology would love to collaborate and make a solution of your storage material problem. That's all, and good morning, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tads. And the floor is now open for questions. So once again, let me know in the Q&A section, and I can turn on your mic if you want to ask the question live. So while waiting for some of your questions, so let me address some follow-up questions from the Panasonic. Question from the question is NPM-WX capable of mounting O402 and O201? So the answer is yes. So the minimum is a 0.2 by 0.1 mm. So of course, you'd have to buy a specific nozzle and feeder for this type of component. So to Akbel, Sir Glenn, so thank you for asking the question. Then another follow-up question from Ami. So if their older SPG machines are capable to be fitted with the paperless cleaning unit. So the answer now is we have to check with Panasonic if the hardware of the cleaning unit can be modified on site. So we will revert back to you after this webinar upon consultation with Panasonic Japan. Okay, so we have our first question for Neotel here from Tongxing. Okay, so the Tongxing Group, you may proceed with your question.
Hello, Portads. This with regards to the components, since we know that some of the SMD components are susceptible for oxidation. Can this be the SMD box from Neotel? Can this be equipped with the nitrogen gas?
Yes, it has an option to have into of this machine. It's an option. Nitrogen generator. It has.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom Sing. Next question from SMK. From Clark, Mr. Mario Olocon. So, from Clark, so go ahead. Thank you for joining.
Okay. Sir Mario asked about, can SMD box act as a dry cab as well? What do you mean by a dry cab? Meaning to store any other materials other than SMT components?
Good afternoon. Good morning, I mean. Good morning to our good-looking presenter, Mr. Portas. Well,
Thank you.
since it will be also be used as a temporary storage, normally the audits will be questions regarding the material keeping, especially if there is a requirement for dryness of material. So I just want to ask, maybe it's the similar question as the other question earlier. Can it keep the material dry? For example, if we're storing IC items, can we keep it dry?
Yes, the machine is equipped with an option as a Ento generator, and it has also a humidity controller. So for the presentation I made is only for SMD components, but Neotel, as I mentioned, have several equipment. It can also store solder paste, PCB, the already processed PCB, up to customer if the option for Ento generator, but the humidity controller is standard.
Thank you for the very good answer.
Okay, for the next question from Akbel Group.
Okay.
Sir Glenn, please proceed with your question.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Glenn.
Yes, regarding my question, is SMD box also capable of managing the FIFO process, first in, first out? And then the next one, just like the question of the other attendees regarding the management of moisture sensitive devices. It's like there's a requirement on the storage of a certain component. Does the SMD box also manages this one?
For environmental storage requirements, yes. As I mentioned, it has a humidity up to 60%, and then it has a controlled environment up to 30 degrees, 15 to 30 degrees. For FIFO, first in, first out,
Yes.
the software can integrate, I think, with this MES. You mean if you request this reel to retrieve first, then the other one is next. The one this is one the one you mean?
Yes, yes. Because if you have too many components, huge usage, you have to manage which one to go first. For example, date code 1 should go first, and then the next date code followed.
Yes, actually, Sir Glenn, if you have a barcoded like barcode PCB, because the machine can do 1D and 2D barcode, if you if have a program, you can set the program on the system. So meaning production A, this kind of PCB, after you barcode, it will dispense the specific rail or components for that product.
Okay. Okay. Okay, understood.
Okay, sir. Maybe next month, if COVID become better, I will visit each one of you and make a detailed discussion about all Neotel products that could be applicable in your production.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So any other question?
Let me check.
May tanong ka.
So there being none, we'll take a 5-minute break and come back at 10:40 for the next presentation from Tamura, Singapore.
Yeah, if other thing, if you have additional question, you can drop us by email and we will answer it back. Thank you.